our Mint Mobile hotline question of the day, brought to you, of course, by our friends at Mint Mobile. If you'd like to hear your voice question on our show, maybe you can get it there by calling our hotline 951-268-4259. Call on in your question, leave it in there, and then maybe you'll hear your question in a hotline. So for now, what is our hotline question of the day?
Hey, John and crew, this is Anthony from Michigan. So we're a little more than halfway through September, and I know we're getting into Oscar darling season, but I just was curious what you guys thought. If the Oscars were tomorrow, what do you think the chances of the Batman getting in there for Best Picture would be? Thanks, and have a good one.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Anthony.
You know, I'd like to take this one quickly if I could, John.
Sure, Matt. Jonathan?
Excellent question, first off.
Matt.
Excellent question.
Matt.
The quick answer is yes. I mean, it's a wonderful film. And honestly, I've been personally hearing chatter. I mean, I've not personally like to me, but I mean, around town, I've heard chatter that this is a front runner. So I think we're in good I think they're in good standing.
I think they might be right. I think they might be right. Listen, this really breaks down into two separate questions.
Yes.
If the Oscars were announced tomorrow, and then screw if they were tomorrow, the upcoming Oscars at all. For me, right now, The Batman still sits as my second favorite movie of the year. My top three rank as Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Batman, The Northman. That's my personal top three right now.
Well, what about my film, No Way Home?
That was last year.
Is that how you feel every day or what?
That was last year.
I was just trying to play Ned. Sorry.
Oh, I get it.
Never mind.
I get it.
Never mind.
I get it because you're Filipino.
I'm just
He's
regretting
Ned.
everything now.
Even the bag on
Let's
his
cut
head.
it out. Let's cut that part out of
Cut that part out. Edit it
Wow,
out.
these bits are spiraling out of control.
So let's talk about if the Oscars were tomorrow. Okay, my personal feelings aside for it, yeah, I do think if the Oscars were held tomorrow and they were to take the 10, films that are going to get nominated for Best Film of the Year, I really don't see. Let's put it this way: I would be shocked if the Batman wasn't on there. The way it was critically received, the audience received it, the box office was super strong. I mean, you had mind-blowing performances in it by Paul Dano. Robert Pattinson did a great job. I mean, Jeffrey Wright is always fantastic in whatever he's in. I really do think it would. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I would put money on it that if the Oscars were tomorrow, the Batman would get nominated. Now, let's talk about its actual overall chances. Its overall chances are going to be determined by a numbers game. Because like we said, there are 10 spots and only 10 spots. There are a number of films that have come out already that probably the Academy would put ahead of the Batman. And then we've got a number coming that certainly look like they're going to be put ahead of the Batman. The Steven Spielberg film Meet the Fablemans just won the Toronto International Film Festival top prize. That is usually a nice indicator about what could end up winning at the Oscars. So there's that. You've got Babylon from Damien Chazelle that is coming. That guy all he does is crank out excellence. And
Amsterdam.
Then, of course, on top of that, we got the Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Amsterdam.
David O. Russell also. Not
David
a
O.
stranger.
Russell, John David Washington. I mean, the cast in that is huge. Actually, two of those are Margot Robbie.
Right.
So this is going to kind of be her year. So, and there's more. So you start to get this list. So for the Batman, it's this. There are years that I would say the Batman would get a nomination. Will it be this year? Again, it's going to turn out to be a numbers game. How many of these big, high-profile, award-looking films that are coming out are going to be it? Like, for instance, a lot of people thought at some point Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe film, might be one of those Oscar contenders. The reviews are coming out now. It's sitting at about 57%. So clearly that can be taken off the list.
James Gray's Armageddon Time.
Right.
Was getting some good notices.
That's getting some good buzz as well. So you got these films that we got to keep an eye on that are being considered Oscar darlings. Then you got to take in consideration there are going to be some dark horses that people didn't think about that are going to jump up into the discussion.
Barbarian.
I mean, don't laugh. I'm hearing a lot of great things about Barbarian.
I know.
So that's going to become Woman King is getting huge responses. So I mean, again, at the end of the day, like the Batman has no chance of winning the Academy Award for Best Picture, but getting a nomination is going to become a numbers game. Rob, for you, the two sides of that question. if the Oscars were tomorrow, does the Batman get a nomination? Then in the Oscars in general, do you think it has a chance?
I think 100% the Batman gets a nomination because, to me,
Overall or tomorrow?
I think overall.
Really?
I mean, having not seen, obviously, if there's 10 movies, I think it could definitely sneak in there because it does have that Oscar feel in that it's a universal film. It has a lot going on. It's not simply a superhero movie. There's a lot more going on in the film. And I think, look, if Black Panther can get a nomination, the Batman is a very handsome film about urban decay, and it's about all kinds of different things. So I think it absolutely could. And of course, technically, it's unbelievably proficient. I mean, it's going to get all kinds of technical awards.
Well, absolutely, it's going to get lots of technical
But I
awards.
think
sound design especially.
I could see it getting a Best Director award. Best Picture. Why not? I don't know if there's going to be 10 Best Pictures that are worthy of competing. Although it is filling up quickly, but I think it could. I think there's a potential for it. I mean, our viewer asked about it if it was tomorrow.
Yeah,
and a lot of his movies aren't.
Definitely think it would.
Yeah, they haven't come out yet. So all the movies that we listed are more October through December films, so they're not eligible yet. So tomorrow, I think The Northman, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Batman would be our contenders.
Tell
And
you what,
Barbarian, just for fun.
tomorrow, Prey gets a nomination. I'll tell
Wow.
you, Prey,
Okay.
if the Oscars were tomorrow, I think Prey gets a nomination for Best Picture.
Wow.
It's not going to get a Best Picture nomination at the actual
What about Maverick?
Oscars.
Would that get in for Best Picture?
If the Oscars were tomorrow,
Yeah.
100%. 70% that it does anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really, because it's a movie that the critics adore. The thing about Maverick, the whole premise of Maverick, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he put it beautifully. The premise of Maverick, the whole movie Maverick is a big allegory for the movie industry. That in that scene where Tom Cruise is standing in the room with the drone ranger, who's playing the general?
Ed Harris.
Ed was in the room with Ed Harris. And Ed Harris is saying to
The
him,
drone ranger.
you're a bygone era. This time is changing. He represents streaming. Tom Cruise represents the movie-going
I
experience.
love this.
And Tom Cruise is actually making a movie about the movie experience. And when he says to Ed Harris, he says, maybe that time's coming, but it ain't today. And that's Tom Cruise saying that the movie experience is still here and it's still powerful. And it's like, that is going to resonate with Oscar voters.
Well, you know
I
what, John? Even more, what you just said is, I think it's really true. You could even take it further. Like when television first threatened the movie industry in the 50s, they went to wide gauge. They went to things like VistaVision and widescreen to provide an image because movies were square pretty much. It was 4:3, the Academy aspect ratio, and they got bigger. Well, the actual filming, putting those cameras inside the cockpits of planes, they gave you something. They gave you a cinematic experience you could only get at the movies. So in addition to metaphorically the story, the actual presentation said to moviegoers, you can't get this on TV.
Yeah, and
You
they
have to
reenacted Star Wars. You reenacted Star Wars. So, I mean, you got to get a nomination. So I think so, yes. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Talking about the Batman, which, I mean, it feels like forever ago that it came out.
I know.
But I love that movie. Still my personal second favorite movie of the year. What do you think? If the Oscars were tomorrow, does the Batman get one of those nominations for Best Picture? But maybe more importantly, when Oscars do come around, do you think it's going to get one of those nominations? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month. And now for the plot twist. I'm just kidding, there isn't one. Seriously, Mint Mobile just has premium wireless service from $15 a month. There's no trapping you into a 2-year contract or opening the bill to find these crazy fees. There's no luring you in with free subscriptions to streaming services that you'll forget to cancel and be charged full price for. I used to dread opening my phone bill every month because every time I was opening it, it was like playing roulette. I never knew what the actual price was going to be, and it always seemed to get higher. But not with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile gives you the best rate whether you're buying for one or a family, and at Mint, families start at 2 lines. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're worried about the complication of switching things over, don't. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, get premium wireless from just $15 a month and
and no unexpected plot twists at mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Seriously, you'll make your wallet very happy at mintmobile.com/Campea.